What would you pick? Potato wedges, crispy and delicious. Sprouts, bland and boring. Now, as a kid, I knew exactly what I wanted. The only confusion in this clarity was created by my mother. Contest Master, my friends, God created mothers to be the most loving, most caring, most kind, most of the time. When I was young, my mom made the world's best potato wedges. But just as I would lay my hands on them, she would point me to another bowl and say, "Eat the sprouts first." I would do everything to raise her oxytocin level, the hormone that's supposed to kindle motherly affection. In other words, I would cry. So she would put an arm around me and say, "Eat the sprouts first." So I'd stuff the sprouts in my mouth only to have 2 potato wedges after that. Years passed, and that boy sprouted into a young man. And it was time to leave home to start my own journey. The first stop in my journey, like most journeys, was love. I was over the moon when the girl of my dreams, Neha, said yes. We were happening. Every day was a new promise and a new adventure. And in 6 months, we broke up. She broke up. "I don't want to be with you anymore, Aditya." I even told her, actions have consequences. I thought she'd listen. Instead, she gave me a little push. But just like that, she left, and I was shattered. Have you had your heart broken? The second stop in my journey was MBA, that course you take not to multiply what you learn, but multiply what you earn. It was my last exam, and having partied the entire year, I sat in the examination hall, clueless, just staring at the clock. A professor walking by paused and said, "Time will pass. Will you?" Many friends graduated with flying colors, and then there was me, the average, suddenly wondering how I was going to pay back my education loan. Have you felt the sudden weight of debt? The third stop in my journey was a career. I managed to get into a management consulting job. Oh boy, did life change. Frequent flyer in airlines, privileged member in hotels, rubbing shoulders with the who's who of the business world. I had arrived to my boss's office for my performance appraisal. "We hired you because you showed a lot of promise, but we can't see that in your performance." To my Toastmaster years, it sounded like, "Aditya, we saw something in you, but we don't know what it is." I couldn't smile that day. Have you felt the embarrassment of letting someone down? Every stop in my journey seemed to be a failure. The fourth stop, back home on vacation. The cheerful boy who left home came back a cynical man, cynical not just with the world, but with myself. To cheer me up, Mom made her world's best potato wedges. The perfect respite for a dejected soul. Just as I laid my hands on them, she pointed me to another bowl, that fateful bowl, and said, "Do you know my mama?" But this time, I resisted. "Mom, I'm not that kid anymore. I'm a big man. I'm a consultant." And for the first time, she replied, "Okay, Mr. Consultant, what do you tell your clients to do with their money?" I ask them to invest it first, and And what? Indulge with what's left. I ask you to eat the sprouts first so that you can indulge with what's left. That day, I learned a life lesson that moms have an inbuilt MBA. Mummy's business analogies. But she was right. She had never denied indulgence, just deferred it. In my 6 months with Neha, I bought her expensive lockets that emptied my pockets without first trying to understand what she wanted. We got close, yet remained strangers. In business school, I wanted to live the year of my life without considering the many years that would follow, and struggled with debt. At work, I thought my job ended with getting a good job, not doing a good job. I lived the high life without first honing my work skills. Friends, the sprouts of life are boring. In fact, they're uncomfortable, even unrewarding at times. But eating them first helps you indulge for a lifetime. Even at this convention, are you or are you? When I look at you, I don't see 400 people. I see hope, passion, ambition, aspiration. But to make even one of it true, to truly feel successful, you have a question to answer. Are you eating the sprouts first? God is master.